The 2020-21 Bundesliga season, a campaign packed full of records.
It's going to fall for Lewandowski! And finally he does it!
With impressive statistics.
How good is that from Eintracht Frankfurt?
Here are the best Bundesliga secret stats. Prepare to be amazed. Let's start with one of the greatest ever Bundesliga strikers and reigning best FIFA men's player. Robert Lewandowski became an all-time legend last season.
Sané with the shot. It's going to fall for Lewandowski! And finally he does it! The record they said would never be broken is now his and his alone. 41 goals in a single Bundesliga season. Robert Lewandowski writes yet another chapter in the history books. He is a Bundesliga legend.
The Poland international scored an incredible 41 goals, surpassing Gerd Müller's long-standing record of 40. Even more impressively, Lewandowski needed just 29 games for his magical new Bundesliga record.
Müller looks for Lewandowski, finds Lewandowski! He keeps doing it time after time after time! Robert Lewandowski is the best striker in the world, and if you want to know why, just watch the replay of that goal. Perfection!
He was also #1 in the most shots on goal category with 137 attempts, the most of any Bundesliga player. And Lewandowski also dazzled in a very special comparison, namely the high-performance player category. Here too, the Bayern star was right at the top.
Lewandowski with a little flick, and here's Goretzka, and Lewandowski! He doesn't pass up chances like that.
The Bundesliga match fact X goals is used for this statistic. It is determined, for example, from the speed of the player, the shooting angle, or the shooting distance to goal. More than 40,000 factors are evaluated in an algorithm to determine how many goals the respective player should have scored, according to the statistics. In Lewandowski's case, this would have been 28.7 goals. In other words, the Pole would be expected to score 28 to 29 goals.
Good run from Chris Richards, cuts it back. Lewandowski, good first touch, good second touch, and so accurate with the shot.
With his tally of 41 goals, he surpassed that figure by more than 12 goals. Robert Lewandowski is the king of goal-scoring kings. Speaking of the king, the man who set up 7 of Lewandowski's goals is also the assist king of the Bundesliga.
Thomas Müller on the chest, in for Gnabry, that is #2. And taken by the ex-Bremen man with real authority.
Thomas Müller set up a total of 18 goals last season, making him the Bundesliga's top provider for the second time in a row.
First touch. Very good, lays it off. That's the first goal of the game. Smacked home by Leon Goretzka. Laid up on a plate by Thomas Müller.
The reward, a recall to the Germany national team and a 9th straight Meisterschale for the born and bred Bavarian. With a total of 10 German championships, he holds the record jointly with David Alaba. The second best provider last season was Filip Kostic. The Serbian set up a total of 14 goals.
Kostic still with a lot of running. This is the chance for Jovic. Jovic scores. It could not have been written better.
But Kostic also dazzled with another statistic. The Frankfurt player delivered 217 crosses, more than any other player.
It's Kostic, just hangs it up. Andre Silva. How good is that from Eintracht Frankfurt?
His preferred recipient was Andre Silva. With 28 goals, the Portuguese was also the second most lethal forward after Lewandowski. Also thanks to supercrosser Filip Kostic. In terms of passing, one player is as accurate as a Swiss watch. Nico Elvedi, yes, a Switzerland international, played a total of 1,835 passes, 94.9% of which were completed.
He's going to be, I was about to say in trouble here again, but the shot goes in! Oh, what a belting strike here!
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrific long ball.
He had the best passing stats of all Bundesliga players last season. With a total of 474 tackles, however, the Gladbach centre-back didn't quite make it to the top of the pile. That's because the most challenges last season were made by Wataru Endo. Stuttgart's Japan international launched himself into almost 900 clashes with an opponent.
Wirtz, they've lost the ball again here. Mangala, Endo takes over. Endo's fierce but fair tackle.
But in terms of challenges, it was a World Cup winner who really shone. Mats Hummels won more than half of his 600 tackles. To be precise, the centre-back's success rate was 65%. Incidentally, he was also near the top of the pile in another category, having won almost 170 aerial challenges.
Good raised header from Mats Hummels. Of course it's Mats Hummels. Mats Hummels rises further than anybody else.
The Dortmund player landed in second place. Only Fabian Klos from Bielefeld outshone Hummels in this regard.
Fabian Klos had a fair bit of time there. Sits towards him again. Here he is! And he's taken his moment. How he has taken that so well, Fabian Klos.
And by quite a significant margin too. The striker won an unbelievable 242 of his aerial challenges, so the Bielefeld veteran played a major role in Armenia's success in securing another season in the Bundesliga. It was a visibly emotional highlight. Teammate Stefan Ortega also played his part in Bielefeld beating the drop. Statistically speaking, Ortega is the Bundesliga's best goalkeeper.
In for Kramaric! Oh, what a save! Stefan Ortega, so big so often this season for Bielefeld. In the game and the season's context, wonderful save.
Ortega saved 71.74% of shots on his goal, the most in percentage terms, more even than current best FIFA goalkeeper Manuel Neuer. And he also impressed as a provider.
Ortega. Here's Edmundsson, just away from him. Can he get a shot away here? He has! And Armenia have hit the front late.
In total, the Bielefeld keeper had to fend off 184 shots on his goal, the highest in the league along with Augsburg's Rafa Gikiewicz. Speaking of Augsburg, Daniel Caligiuri is one of their most dangerous players.
Well held. Caligiuri on his 300th Bundesliga appearance adds a second to Augsburg's total. He stayed strong, he stayed focused, he stayed on target.
That's also something the most pressed player Bundesliga match fact shows. Fans can see how often a player in possession is put under pressure by his opponents. The number of pressure situations of the player in possession is automatically compared with the average number of pressure situations of his entire team. Daniel Caligiuri was pressed 54 times in the match against Leverkusen, an incredible figure, more than twice as often as his teammates in the entire match. That value wasn't matched by any other player last season. However, Leverkusen couldn't completely neutralize Caligiuri.
Vargas lets it roll. Caligiuri tucks it in beautifully. That's exactly what Augsburg wanted. And Daniel Caligiuri gets his second of the season. 2 goals and 2 assists before this one in 16 games against Leverkusen, but he's added to his tally now.
But thanks to this strategy, the Werkself won 3-1 in the end. Jadon Sancho follows in second place, but using his speed, the England international usually manages to extricate himself from situations like that.
Chan forward, now's the chance. Sancho on his own, he's got past his man. Jadon Sancho to score, no mistakes this time. Jadon Sancho breaks that duck for the season, and it was done with skill, precision, and timing.
Sancho does have plenty of pace, but Erling Haaland is even faster.
And look at this, Erling Haaland stretches his legs, and Haaland for the second time today. Erling Haaland.
The Norwegian was the first to break the 36-kilometre-an-hour barrier last season in the match against Stuttgart, setting a personal best. But there was one player who was even faster.
John got on quickly for Salai, and on he goes, and he struck the woodwork.
In the category of Bundesliga match fact speed, at 36.1 kilometers an hour, Mainz's Jeremias Just was the fastest Bundesliga player last season, and he also set a new club record to boot. By the way, the record holder is still Alphonso Davies. Clocked at 36.51 kilometers an hour, the Bayern player remains the absolute front runner. He may not be the fastest sprinter, but the most prolific one last season was Wolfsburg's Riedler Baku. The Germany international and newly crowned under-21 European champion recorded a total of 1,061 sprints during the campaign, and he was also consistently dangerous in front of goal.
Baku has a chance, drills it past the keeper. What a finish from Riedler Baku! A man whose story of how he started his professional career is amazing, but it looks like his story is going to continue long into the coming years. What a hit that was.
Speed is also one of Elias Skiri's traits. Check out this example.
Rex Becai. Elias Skiri hasn't been able to venture forward very much. Bit of hesitancy from Bayern, and maybe this is the moment for Köln, and it is Elias Skiri. And Skiri, who's often the man for goals at prestigious venues.
But above all, it was the Köln's players' extraordinary will to put in the legwork that made him stand out. The Tunisia international covered a total of 396.2 kilometres on the pitch last season, more than any other player. In the end, he and the Billy Goats secured another season of Bundesliga football in the relegation playoffs against Holstein Kiel, also thanks to a goal from fans' favourite Skiri.
Skiri makes it 5. And it's all over in Kiel. No way back for the Storks. Put it exactly where he wanted to. Out of the reach of Kelios this time.
Those were the best Bundesliga secret stats of the 2020-21 season, with some impressive stats and a record for the ages. Which stat did you find most impressive? Let us know in the comments.